Hello everyone, my name is Ark and welcome back to another figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at yet another Beast Deities figure, and today we have a very special one, and one that I think a lot of people will argue is one of the best third-party figures that has been released in a while. So, without further ado, let's take this bad boy out and see how he looks. Alright, so here we have the not Super Saiyan 3 Goku from Beast Deities. And I gotta say, he is looking pretty nice. So this is my first third-party Goku that I have. I know you guys have seen the third part, well, technically second, but from Beast Deities, this is my first one. It is the Super Saiyan 3 model, as you can see, without copyright stuff, so you can see that he has the Super Saiyan 3 look with the hair and everything like that. Just gonna say, one small complaint, he can't stand. The hair is way too heavy. So you have to put him at really nice fighting stances to really compensate for that weight of the hair. But I will say he is pretty darn nice in terms of aesthetic. Now, the one thing I do kind of have a gripe with, besides everything else, he looks great. There's some shading here and there, like on the legs, and even on the chest, and even the sleeves too. There's shading there, which is good. I just poked myself. Hopefully that doesn't bleed. That's something that you have to look into. Of course, butterfly joints, they're not orange, so do with that information as how you will. He does come with the halo as well that you can insert over here at the very top. If you wanted to, you do have to get it into a right angle to actually put it in, and there you go, you have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Buu fight. So the regular Buu fight, the fat Buu fight. Yeah, he looks really nice. I like how this is soft plastic right here, very nice. Might be a little bit of an issue sometimes moving it around, but again, it's alright. Something I might do is just kind of like shave down the actual spikes of the hair, because holy is it spiky. So, focus please. Thank you. So again, in terms of aesthetic, he looks amazing. I think the hair looks beautiful. I love the frosty tips as how they normally do it for any of the characters, which is great. One of my gripes is that there is some weird orange like gradients over here in the front of the hair, just kind of in between the actual faceplate and the cover for the hair, which is really weird. It's nowhere to be found in the rest of the actual like hair sculpt, which I find odd. So that's kind of like my only gripe on the hair sculpt. Now, the face, I do think it's a little bit too small. I don't know if it's just me, but I do think that the face sculpt is a tad bit small, and even the hands as well. The hands might be a little bit smaller than usual, like you can kind of tell. So again, bigger hands would just be of a benefit in my opinion. Same as the face, but the body proportions look right. But so far, so good. So yeah, in terms of articulation, the hair does actually have some articulated joints. It does have ball hinges on throughout the actual skeleton. Very heavy, but you can move them up and down and side to side however you want without actually popping off the headpiece. Do be careful in popping off the headpiece, just be careful with that. I'm going to remove the halo just in case so I don't break it, and I'm going to put it to the side. So again, you can look down about that far, which is insane, but again, that's with popping the head off or the faceplate off, but it's still insane range. That I've never seen like an actual figure do that, at least in recently. Can't really look up. Well, he can, but you'll get a gap there by moving the actual hair on the back. So again, this is why I'm saying that the faceplate is it's a tad bit too small. There's a lot of gaps. If you had the faceplate slightly bigger, yeah, you couldn't really look down that far, but you'll still be able to cover that gap. Look side to side, of course, and swivel it and move around however you want. The shoulders, you can rotate 360 degrees if you wanted to. Again, the plastic might be of a little bit of an annoyance here and there, depending on how you move it. You can bicep swivel. You have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which looks pretty good actually. Usually these third-party figures don't have the greatest elbow joints. And of course you have your wrist hinge over here. Mine's separating a little bit, but it's not bad, really. In terms of the butterfly joints, he actually does have pretty good butterfly joints, which is insane. He can get his arms across with just having the arms pretty much completely straight, which is pretty nice. So, love that, Beast Deities, very nice. Of course, the ab crunch, moving to the ab crunch, very nice, pretty good ab crunch, love to see that. Back crunch, not so much because of the hair, but you can move it down. This is how he's going to be most of the time because of the hair weight. So, prepare your figure to be arching back a lot. For the legs, it is the quote-unquote 3.0 model leg, so he can do splits almost perfectly. You do have your thigh swivel and your double jointed knee, which looks awesome. And of course, you have your boot hinge that does not necessarily work that well. Going forward about that much, going backwards about this much, which is not much. That they could have cut down a little bit here, and then it could have had a little bit of better range. And of course, you have your toe hinge, which is actually pretty nice. Very smooth way. They could have just painted this section the same color to make it more fluid there. But yeah, besides that, let's move on to the accessories for this guy, because he doesn't come with many, but it's a nice amount, you know? Alright, so here we have the accessories. Actually, I did forget the faceplates. That's my bad. So we do have a couple of hand gestures and a couple of different faceplates as well. And I do think these faceplates are really nice. Again, just my gripe that the faceplates are a tad bit too small. So yeah, that's like my only gripe. Just to kind of show a little bit of comparison, I do have a faceplate of the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan 3, so just to kind of put them side by side. While they do look fairly similar in terms of size, this is an older figure. But at the same time, I do think that the hair being so massive and fluffy and everything does make the head look smaller in comparison. So maybe that's why I'm thinking the faceplates are a bit too small in my opinion. So yeah. But just to look at the accessories real quick, we already looked at the halo. Very similar halo, very flimsy, just transparent plastic right there. 2 key blast hands, which is awesome. 2 grasping hands right here, or more so, grasping hands. 2 fighting stand hands, and of course 2 instant transmission hands. A sort of shocked, surprised faceplate, which is really nice. Hopefully, in the future, Tamashii and Bandai do that more. A nice screaming faceplate. They don't normally nail these, but this is fairly nice. If it was a little bit bigger on the actual mouth, it'll be better. I will say that. And then of course we have a smirking faceplate for this guy. So yeah, overall very nice accessories. Very like normal accessories for this guy really. So nothing too extravagant or out of the order. But yeah, overall, leading to my final thoughts, I do think this guy is good. Like, he is probably the best Super Saiyan 3 out there right now. I think he is still available at 5K Toys. This is where I got him from. So, if you were to get a Super Saiyan 3 figure and don't want to get the old Tamashii Nations one, then this is your best bet right now. But if you're willing to wait for a like a new Super Saiyan 3 by Tamashii Nations, which might be within the next year or so, then I would suggest waiting. So, but if you don't want to wait, this one is always available. So yeah, I paid around $64 for this figure, so he's not cheap. Again, it's a beast deities. They like to charge a lot for these guys, but it's good. It's a good quality figure. I'm gonna give this guy an 8 out of 10. Again, a little bit because of the pricing, lowering it down a couple of points for the pricing, and also the faceplate looks a little bit too small. If it was just a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger, or even if the hair was a little bit smaller, then I would bring up those points a little more. But I think an 8 out of 10 is a solid sort of area for this guy. But I probably will get this down in the comments. The hair is way too heavy. You do need a stand for this guy. So yeah, I could definitely bring it down for that, but I think that's just the whole aesthetic of this guy, because even the original Super Saiyan 3 Goku, that is the biggest issue, which is the hair. So the hair is always going to be an issue. Super Saiyan 3 is not a good figure, or like a good form to actually like capture in figure format, unless it's a statue or you have a stand for the figure itself. So you'll see a lot of my poses for this sort of like outro section be with a stand, and that's because this guy cannot stand it by itself. So yeah, that's again the biggest issue about this guy. Hair too big, he won't stand, but it's still a great figure nonetheless. Great articulation, great aesthetic, good accessories. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this figure. That is all the time I have for you guys today, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.